You're perimenopause, menopause, or maybe you're way past it, but you keep hearing about peptides. I mean, can they really help with like your hot flashes, get rid of that belly fat, help you build muscle, lose weight? What about brain fog and anxiety? Help heal your body faster, help reduce inflammation. What, improve your sex drive and get rid of wrinkles? Wait, what? I mean, what are peptides and are they even safe? And if they are, why is no one talking about the ones that could be game changers for women going through the change? That's what I'm going to talk about in this episode. I'm going to share with you 3 of my favorite peptides that I consider game changers for women going through perimenopause, menopause, and beyond to help with their recovery, help with their energy, and help with their metabolism without wrecking their hormones or wrecking their body in this stage of life. So let's get into it. So first, let's actually talk about what are peptides. Peptides are simply amino acids. You know what amino acids are. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. And protein, well, what is protein responsible for? It's going to help build muscle and build tissue, your hair, your skin, your nails, all of those things. But peptides are shorter chains of amino acids. Like protein is going to be a longer chain. Peptides are shorter chains, and they're like sending a text message to your cells to trigger a reaction, to tell it to repair, to reduce inflammation, to just have a reaction, a cellular response. And they naturally occur in your body. That's what's really cool about them. Now, there's all different types of peptides or categories of peptides. First, the ones that are probably most popular and that you know about is like a collagen peptide. Now, a collagen peptide is going to be a supplement or a powder or a pill. And it's totally different. It's like a protein peptide. But then you have peptides that are topical for the skin. Healing. You'll find it in a lot of skincare products, okay? And then you have peptides that are injectable, but also oral. And these are medical, they're used for healing, they're used for repair, they're used for your metabolism. And in these categories of those peptides, that's what we're talking about today, the injectable and the oral ones, you'll find their like metabolism and metabolic as far as fat loss. There's healing and repair, there's joint and recovery, there's skin. I mean, there's all different types of categories. But when it comes to women being perimenopause, menopause, or beyond, the ones that are most popular for women in that stage of life are the ones that are going to address the metabolic processes, like your metabolism, helping to increase your metabolism, helping with glucose response, insulin response. Then there's the ones that are going to help with muscle recovery, muscle repair, and muscle healing. And then, of course, they're the ones for the skin, because we want to get rid of the wrinkles and we want to take care of our skin. But I'm just going to cover some basics when it comes to the recovery, the healing, the immune system, and building muscle. Now, real quick, people are like, well, are they safe? Now, I say that and it sounds like, but no. They are safe because they're amino acids. You find peptides in your body, but it's still considered like a medication. But what you want to think about, unlike an over-the-counter medication or even a prescribed medication, they're easier on the body. They have a short half-life, but not only that, meaning that they're easy on the body, meaning your body uses them up and excretes them easily without putting stress on your kidneys or your liver, unlike traditional medication or over-the-counter medication. Now, are they FDA approved? A lot of them are not FDA approved right now. That doesn't mean that they're bad. All it means is that they're still going through the trial phase of the studies. They go through all the different clinical phases that takes years to get through and takes a lot of money. So it doesn't mean that just because it's not FDA approved that it's not good. It just means that they haven't finished the trials yet. Now let's break it down on the top 3 peptides that we recommend to all our clients. So the first one that I always recommend, or we always recommend to our clients, is BPC157. I have to say that slowly because I can't get it out. It's like blah, blah, blah. But BPC stands for body protecting compound. It's also known as the Wolverine peptide. So think about it. Are you tracking with me? Wolverine, he would get hurt, he would get cut, get injured, and he would heal like that. He would get cut and then the wound would just go whoop. So I want you to think of that way when it comes to the body protecting compound, BPC. You can do this in injectable, you can also do this in oral form. Now it's found in the gut, but what's great about it, it helps with reducing inflammation, it helps speeds up the healing process, but it also has been known to actually heal the gut lining, which is really important, especially for women going, through our age. Because perimenopause, menopause, post-menopause, I always talk about it. What are we dealing with? We have higher inflammation, we have higher insulin, disrupted gut, sluggish liver, and that's where BPC really comes into play with helping with all of that. Because if your gut's a wreck, then everything else is going to be a wreck. And showing that it actually heals the gut lining is huge. Now you're thinking, well, I already take a probiotic. Okay, probiotics are great and you want to continue to take it, but probiotics help with the environment. They don't necessarily heal the gut lining, and that's what you want to do. And you can do this, like I said, you can do it in injectable form or you can do it in oral form. I do both, and like I said, I recommend this to all our clients because that should be the first thing. If you're going to do peptides, you want to focus on healing the gut, because it doesn't make sense to just throw stuff in that's not going to do its job if your gut is not in the right place or the right healing process. Okay, I think that's the right way to phrase it. Anyway, okay, so you can do it injectable, you can do a capsule. I do one every morning. We take a capsule, but I also do the injectable. And perfect example, I get really tight in my shoulder and in my traps, and I just carry a lot of tension. I carry a lot of tension, stress in my shoulders, then I'm working out, then I'm sitting in front of the computer, and then, as a woman, I have the weight of the world on my shoulders, right? So anyway, a couple days ago, my shoulder was really bothering me after my workout, and it was just a dull ache that wouldn't go away. It lasted for like 2 days. Finally, last night, I said to Ryan, I said, you know what, can you give me a shot of the BPC in my arm? I need it. A few minutes later, dull ache, completely gone. Today, feeling strong. That's why I love it. So that's going to be the first one that I recommend when it comes to peptides. So let's talk about the next one. The next one is usually a combo, and it's CJC with Ipamorelin. Now, I don't do the combo because Ryan and I, my husband, we tested the CJC with the Ipamorelin, also CJC by itself, and we just have a reaction to it. Does it mean that it's bad? No. It just means that we personally have a reaction to it, so we don't use it. But we do use the Ipamorelin. This is an injection. We do it in the morning and we do it after our workout. What is it good for? It helps your body produce its own human growth hormone. Okay, so you're like, wait a minute, what? No, you're not taking growth hormone. It helps trigger the response. Remember, that's what peptides do. It helps the cells, talks to the cells to trigger an actual response. So what it's going to do is actually trick your body into producing its own growth hormone. That's really important, because if you were doing like a synthetic growth hormone, your body would stop producing its own. So with a peptide, it's not going to do that. So why is growth hormone important? Well, it helps with your metabolism. It helps with building lean muscle. It helps with, it's considered your youth hormone. So it's going to help with keeping even your organs at a good, healthy size. And that's what you want, because as we age, things start to shrink. And as we age as women, we naturally start losing muscle mass. So that's where Ipamorelin can be a game changer for women in helping them not only maintain their muscle mass, but increase their muscle mass, which is often really hard for women, especially after they go through menopause. And then the third, which is my absolute favorite, and this is the one everybody feels that Ipamorelin is the game changer. Peptides are a game changer, but specific peptides, they always talk about the Ipamorelin for women that are perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. But I feel the Retatrutide, number 3, is the game changer peptide for women. Now, why do I consider it the game changer for women? because it's so powerful in what it does. All right, so it's considered, they call it Reta, but it's Retatrutide, and it's considered what they call a triple agonist. Now I have my notes in front of me because I wanted to make sure I say things correctly to you. Okay, so what it is, it's a GLP-1, it is a GIP, and then it is a glucagon. So it's working on 3 areas, right? 3 specific areas in the body and with your hormones. Now, you've heard of GLP-1s. You've heard of like semaglutide, Wegovy. That's actually the trade name, or Ozempic, right? And that's known for helping women as far as, or people in general, when it comes to weight loss. Why is it? Because it slows down the gastric emptying of the gut. And not only that, it helps reduce food noise. So they're using a lot of GLPs, or I shouldn't say using, or they're finding with GLPs, it's helping with a lot of addiction. Food addiction, sugar addiction, alcohol, drug addiction, because it shuts off that noise in the brain. But there's a lot of downfalls or downsides or cons to when it comes to just a GLP-1. What we found is that it reduces your appetite so much that you're not getting the protein in, you're not getting the calories in that you need, you're losing the weight, but you're losing muscle, and that's the last thing that you want in this phase of life. But it's still a good peptide, okay? Now, you take that and improve it, and then you add in the GIP, which, what does that do? It enhances your insulin sensitivity and production and helps stabilize blood glucose. Remember, we have inflammation, we have excess cortisol, excess insulin when we start losing those key hormones. And that's where it's a really big player for women of our age if you're struggling. So it's going to help balance out, get you more insulin sensitive, and that's what you want. But then the last part of that, the glucagon, this is where it helps with muscle retention, preservation, but also increasing your actual metabolism. See, the others were just cutting your calories, basically curbing your appetite and shutting off the food noise. When you combine all 3 of these together, what they're doing, it's not only helping you with that sluggish metabolism, helping you with insulin sensitivity, but it's helping break down fat in the actual liver, because a lot of women, as we start to go through menopause and post-menopause, we end up with what we call non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and that's a problem, and that's why our livers are sluggish. So it's going to help support your liver and clean your liver out. So there's a lot of health benefits to having this triple agonist, combining these 3 together. And that's what I love about it. That's why I consider it a game changer. I personally tried it. You know what? I'm not going to get into my story right now, but if you want me to share more with you about my story when it comes to Retatrutide, all the details and why I love it even more and breaking it down even more, comment in the comments and I'll do it in a future episode. But I can tell you this right now, is that once I tried it, it was a game changer for me. And then that's when we started introducing it to our clients. And we introduced it to our clients that were doing all the things. They were tracking their macros, eating quality, doing all the things that you do to balance your hormones, support your metabolism, strength training, stress reduction. But the needle was barely moving. And it was really frustrating and, just discouraging. I tried it, I trusted it, and then that's when I introduced it to our ladies, and we have some of our women that we introduced it to have incredible results. And again, I will talk about it in a future episode in more detail. You just got to let me know you want me to do that. So there you have it. There's my top 3 that I absolutely recommend to all our women. If you are interested in peptides, then that's where I would start. But first, where do you get the peptides? When do you know that they're safe? Okay, so let's talk about before you go out and just get any peptides, because they're all over the place and they are gray markets and whatever you want to call them. But this is what I'm going to suggest to you. First, make sure that you're working with someone qualified that understands peptides, because it does take coaching. If you go to one of these gray market sites to get your peptides, they're not going to tell you anything. You're going to have to put it all together yourself and figure it out on your own. And I don't think you want to do that. To come in and interrupt because when I recorded this episode, we didn't have what we have now. My husband and I started our own peptide company. Yay! So if you want quality peptides that are third-party tested for purity and to be part of a community to get information on all things peptides, go to cellregenics.com. We'll put the link down below, and let's go ahead and get back into the episode. But it's your choice. One of the things I'm going to really suggest is that do your research. Find out what's right for you. But before you get on the bandwagon of just going and doing any peptides, first start with the basics. All right, I want you to think about your car. You could put the best premium gasoline in your car, but if you're not doing the basics of making sure that you're changing the oil regularly, the oil filter, the spark plugs, even if cars have spark plugs anymore, I don't even know. But if you're not doing the basics of taking care of the car and the engine, it doesn't matter the premium gasoline that you put in it, right? So what's my point? Get your nutrition down, get your strength training down, make sure that you're optimizing your hormones, and then add in the peptides. Because the peptides are going to work better when you have all the things put together. The way that I always teach our clients is, you know what, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. It's nutrition. Then fasting, intermittent fasting strategies. Then it's exercise and rest. Then we look at supplementation, peptides, BHRT, and we try to keep injury medication. I'm doing this little thing right at the top, itsy little, or none if possible. Okay, so do that in that sequence, and then you are going to be happier and you're going to get better results. When it comes to aging, it's not the end. I always say aging is inevitable, but aging poorly is not. And just because you hit perimenopause, menopause, or you're way past it, it doesn't mean the end for you. And that's what's great about peptides, because they can help you live that quality of life without wrecking your body. If this video helped you, then make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and share it with somebody. But make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out. If you want the best and latest tips and tricks when it comes to health, fitness, and hormones, and really living your best life, then this is the spot.